Mike Bosch is the face of a new counterculture. As millions of young Americans trade in their small-town roots each year for the lure of the city, Bosch, a native of metropolitan Dallas, moved his web design company to the countryside. He's among 1,200 young Kansans who formed a group called Power Up. They've gone rural by choice, and they're encouraging others to do the same across rural America.
So what we've done is created a network of these 20 and 30-year-olds, and we really lean on each other and say, hey, what do you need to be successful in your town? What's your community need? How can we help? I'm a big believer that we have a moral competitive advantage to metropolitan areas because we've got work ethic, that where a lot of these folks are coming off the farm.
His staff lives out that credo. Nearly all of them are under 40. But across the U.S., young Americans are increasingly abandoning small towns. In 1970, nearly a quarter of 18 to 29-year-olds lived in rural burgs with populations of less than 2,500. Now, just 14% do. Throughout the U.S., many small towns are literally dying off, and when enough young people leave, they become ghost towns. There are hundreds just like this across rural America. Ashley Bogle is trying to change that. She runs a Western fashion boutique in the aptly named town of Eureka, Greek for I found it.
I really like the involvement that, like from a retail shop, that you have with your customers. You're busy, but yet you have that one-on-one first-name basis with it. Being in a small community, you really get to know those people. And I've worked in larger communities where the door just swings and you don't really get to know anybody.
But going rural often means countering the stigma of returning home.
What we find is that some young people want to move back to rural if they've left, but their friends call them losers. It's a great place to raise their families. It's safe, there's no crime, there's family to help raise the kids, but also a young person is interested in making a difference. And you can do that in a small town of 200, 500, 5,000 more easily than you can in a big city.
For America's small towns, the difference they make can mean survival. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Quincy, Kansas.